We're back with another Real Talk with Rima live. And today I am super excited to have the number one agent in California and a good friend of mine. And the last few weeks, I have the privilege, I've been blessed to have coaching calls with him. And I am super excited to have Suneet from Sacramento. I'm not going to even try to pronounce your name because I'm going to get it wrong. So, Suneet, thank you so much for joining me.
Thank you, Rima, for the great introduction. See, Siri just started on my computer, but thank you so much for the great introduction. It's been awesome getting to know you better, and privileged to work with you and the team. And yeah, I'm excited. So thanks.
Okay, so Suneet, tell me a little bit about yourself, your background, just so the audience can know a little bit about you if they do not know you already.
Sure. So born and raised here in Northern California. I went to school at Chico State. I moved to Sacramento. Was in the mortgage industry for a while. I got out of that and was in the dispensary industry for quite some years. Got out of that in 2012. Didn't really know what I was going to do, and decided to become a realtor. So now I've been a licensed real estate agent for 7 years, and in the seventh year of my license on Real Trends, my team sold the most homes of any team in the state of California. So it's been great. It's been really fun. You know, I own a brokerage called Big Block Realty North. My team is called the Best Sac Homes Group. Lots of arbitrary names, but basically I have a team and a brokerage, and I get the privilege to coach great operators all over the country and Canada. And it's yeah, everything's great. Everything's good.
So 7 years, 7 years don't seem to be a long time for someone to start to become the number one in California. Can you take me back from starting point? Did you start as a solo agent? Did you start with a team right away? And the growth, the huge growth that happened in that 7 years, which is a really short period for any of us that's been in the business for 14 and 15 and 20, and they haven't gotten even
Sure.
close to where you're at today.
Well, that's so nice. So, I mean, I definitely had business acumen coming in from other experiences I had that running operations, maybe not to the same extent as I do now, and I'm also older now, so maybe that just came with age. But I joined a traditional type brokerage. One of my best friends worked there and kind of showed me the ropes. Nobody there really bought leads. There were no real teams there. Nobody really used any tech, and I really embraced leads, tech. And when I started, I didn't have a bunch of money, right? Like, and I was a single guy, and I wanted to go out and have fun and travel and party and eat. I didn't even have money for food, really, right? Like, I was kind of broke, so um, I just worked my face off, right? I did a bunch of open houses. I bought the cheapest leads that I could, and I outgrew that brokerage because of the opportunities. I went to Keller Williams, which really opened my eyes a lot. The coaching, the technologies, the team kind of environment, and very quickly I said, right, like, sure, I'm a good agent, but I like owning a business much more than I like selling houses. So I bought some leads and I stood up at the corner of my desk, said, well, I guess at that point I'd been a real estate coach too for Club Wealth. They picked me up somehow. But then I said, who wants to be on my team? I got leads. And 5 agents joined me like this. So I said, well, I guess I have a team now. So at that point, like Rima, like it just came down to hustle and education, right? Like I was a student of my environment. I took advantage of free Facebook groups, coaching. I watched every YouTube video. I listened to like there was a couple years where I took off listening to music and I just listened to real estate and motivational content. Obviously, I'm a musician, so I kind of suffered, but I think really, elevating the rooms, doing the things that we read about in all these books, like make sure you're around, the sum of five people, or read every morning, exercise every morning, which, you do all these things too. Watch the videos, read the books, take in the content. And I mean, I'm proof that all that stuff really works.
And how far in being a real estate agent on your own, the team structure started with you?
About 2 years.
2 years in. And what's the what would you say the highest point or the biggest mindset that you advise agents or team leaders to follow and go through? Is it just the hustle, or there's something more behind it? Like what's the passion of building such a number one team in California and still growing? Like, I'm sure you're not stopping here.
Yeah, no, definitely not stopping. I mean, I think I don't know if it's being the child of two immigrants, right? If that was instilled in me. I don't know if I have some psychosis, which I've been told before, like, Suneet, like, stop. But I'm at a place now where I think that my mindset is, and I'm sure you would say this too, like, I am relentless, right? Like, I'm relentless. I have to I have to dominate and win. I don't know. Is it about money? Is it about stature? Is it about influence? I don't even know anymore. It's just that it just has to happen. There's I feel a hole inside of me that can't be filled with
that fire that keeps going.
Yes.
Yeah, totally get it. Yes. And you have two beautiful girls.
Yes.
So how much time do you spend with your girls with the busy schedule that you have?
Why do you ask me the hard
challenge
question?
is like with family, balance with family and life and working out and all that good stuff.
Yeah, so I mean, like you, I wake up early to get as much as I can every day. But I also go to bed early. Do you go to bed early?
I sometimes, but I try to
you wake up earlier than me now.
Yeah, but I don't require too much sleep.
I haven't got there yet. I'm still working on that. But I spend about an hour every evening, maybe an hour during the day. And on the week, I mean, one of the glorious parts about my schedule now is I do not work on the weekend. Right? Like I might have my cell phone on me or, jump on a call, but I do not work on the weekend.
You don't work weekends? Never. How many agents you have on your team? I know you have brokerage and you have your team, but how many agents you have on your team?
Great question, Rima. So I looked this morning in preparation, so that's a common question. And honestly, because I forgot, because it's such a fluid number lately, is 66 on the team.
Okay.
And 55 at Big Block. So I think there's 120.
And your team will be closing how many transactions this year? You're on pace of how many transactions?
I don't know. So many. Way more than I thought. 1,600. But between everything.
My God, I thought it was 11 or 12.
No, that was last month. Yeah.
Wow, that's
between
amazing.
Everything, right? We have many different sources of business. So between everything on the team, it might be at 1,500 right now. I quit looking. I'll check again when it's time to submit to Real Trends because it makes me nervous.
What's your biggest challenge?
I mean, so the things that maybe I'm struggling with today in business is, and I can't say that I don't have any challenges because that's not true. But yes, we all do. In business, I'm kind of like everybody else. I just want to do more. That's my challenge. Maybe I don't have enough time. And I think a lot of challenges in running a business is going to be the people, right? Do I need to hire this person? Do I need to let this person go? Do I need to move this person? Do I need to give this person a raise? Do I need to have a hard conversation with this person? Right. So like me, where I sit now as the CEO for multiple companies, like a lot of those decisions are on me, and I have to like move fast. Like I'm hiring and letting go of a couple executive level positions right now. Um, so I
That's
think,
always fun, right?
yeah, I mean, I used to think it was fun. In
It's not.
a
I'm
different
being
life, it is
sarcastic.
not fun. Yes, yes, yes. I have like one person that I don't know if she quit. She really dropped the ball. Cost me a bunch of money, like real money. Cost me money, and that's negligence in my mind. And like she's quitting now, she's saying, "Can we chat?" And I want to say no, like those kind of challenges with people. But that's where your growth comes in. That's where your success comes from too. So of course
Right.
that'll be the most challenge, right? Is the people. Maybe not even so much as the agents, but yeah, well, the agents can be a challenge too. Navigating through potential lawsuits and all that. But I think it's all about the people. Your growth, your success, and your challenges will come from people.
Okay. And speaking of challenges, and we're all human, as much as we want to stay positive all the time and have positive attitude, we all struggle and we have these days that things are going wrong, nothing's coming going right, and we feel like, what the heck am I doing here? So how, with days like these, how do you snap yourself out of it, or how do you control your emotions? And with a person who's successful as you are, is like, do you have those days when it's like, what the heck am I doing, or why am I doing it?
I think that's probably natural for everybody in any environment, right? Like whether it's a personal relationship or relationship with your business or work or family, friends, right? I think that there's going to be times where you question it. But for me, like my routine is pretty dialed. Wake up early, work out, eat a good meal, you know, get on my meetings. Like, and I think the discipline of the consistency, right? Freedom equals the discipline. So, I mean, I'm pretty relaxed. Um, I feel like my emotions can be usually in check, or at least like I won't be outwardly like any kind of emotional way necessarily. But I think that the routine and maybe exercise is being a part of that.
And staying probably focus on
Yeah.
focus, focus, focus.
And like, my schedule, I'm so fortunate, is really completely booked. Everything is scheduled out. It's such a great place to be. And I don't have time for any bullshit, right?
Yeah.
Like,
Who
I don't
needs
have
it,
any
right?
time. Yeah, like
Yeah.
I don't like you're not on my schedule to deal with this bullshit. Do you want to schedule a time? Then here's my link, right? And then we can talk about it. But at least I know
100%.
like where I'm going to be at and what kind of mindset I need to be in all day long.
Perfect. And you mentioned at the beginning you are who you surround yourself with, and I'm such a great believer in that. And
Yeah.
I believe the last year things have shifted and I have grown in so many ways. When I say growth, people related to transactions. It's just when you surround yourself with the right people, you grow in so many levels and in so many ways. And as you know,
Yes.
started with John Chaplak and being in the same circle, being surrounded with people who are doing it in a higher level, it grows
Yes.
you in a bigger way. And it's just, some people, they are so scared to put themselves in a room of with people that they are doing it in a high level, and
Sure.
missing opportunities of growing in so many, like so many doors will open up to you when you surround yourself with those people and those individuals. What do you say for a new agent struggling? I mean, this business, let's face it, if you're alone, this business is not easy and it's not for
Sure.
everyone. what do you what
Absolutely.
what do you say, like, for an agent who's coming to your organization? Maybe they're freshly licensed, they're struggling, they've been out there for 6 7 months and they have not done anything, like whether they want to join your team or they want to be on their own. What would you be your biggest advice to them?
Well, I would tell them they better join my team. But especially
I
if
thought
they're
I knew that I was
yeah.
gonna hear that.
Especially if they're I mean, whatever, like I think my team is the best environment to be on in our market. But I get paid to say that, I think. So by
So what
myself.
sets you
But
apart? What sets your team apart from any other team in California?
I mean, well, we sell more houses, so there's that. I think a lot of the relationships that I have are really fortunate for many families in my organizations, which is great. Um, I mean, like we do a lot of listings. What other team and whatever team anywhere has a team of analysts who pump out CMAs for all the listing appointments all day, right? Like um, my ISA department is extremely robust, as you know, right? Like the amount of support staff that we have. I mean, we can't touch it, and I got the best leads on the planet.
Period.
Period. Right?
No question about it.
Yeah.
I love that answer. What's the future? Where do you see yourself in 3 years, 5 years?
Um, about 50 years old is where I see myself. Kids older and happy always, right? Like for me, maybe in 5 years, what, more agents, more domination, like, and this is the wrong answer, I know, but I haven't thought that far, right? Is I
That's
know that I know that everything I'm gonna do today will be my damn best, right? So that's how I go. Is today I'm gonna do not my damn best, everybody's best. Is I'll work all the people today.
I have, because I'm sorry, I don't know if you can hear me. I have construction going on outside the building,
That's
starting from
okay. It
nowhere.
makes it interesting. Makes it interesting, right? Is like that's my thing is, and I know that I have goals on the agent count I want, the amount of money in the bank I want, my physical health goals. I have those goals, um, and it's always a moving target, right?
Yeah.
Like when you surpass those goals, like I need to update it, but I have it in my phone on my lock screen, so every time I look at my phone, I see my goals, and that's been kind of a cool little thing I picked up from Ed Milet podcast to do that keeps you on track. But yeah, like today, I'm going to outwork people in my environment.
I'm gonna win the day. That's one of my
Yep.
philosophy. Win the day. That's all what you
Yeah.
have is today.
Yep.
You never know what tomorrow is gonna bring or happens, or
Yeah.
all what we have is now, today.
Yes. Good. Yes. So good. We're aligned there because I mean, like I've had curveball. Everyone has had curveballs thrown at their lives, business, personal, and I just know that today I'm going to do my best.
That's amazing. That's amazing. And so you're high in technology. You would say technology. What made you get to where you're at today? Having your systems in place and the technology that you implemented, having that, would you would say was your biggest peaking point to get to the level that you are at today?
I think that just here's Siri picking up my words again. Is well, I'm Indian. My family is a bunch of engineers. I went to school for management information systems. I liked like hacking CDs and computer video games when I was younger. So I have a bachelor's in information systems and business. So I definitely think that systems had something to do, but I also think like real skills, right? Like sales skills, persuasion skills, like communication skills. My mother is a public speaking professor at a college, right? My father was an engineer. I grew up in a highly intellectual household. And a lot of these skills, I'm sure I picked up there, right? So tech, yes, systems, yes, but it's really like full side because yes to the communication skills. You said it earlier. I can talk wherever, um, and the sales skills, and this the student, just being a student and implementing, right? It's just all of it.
Being a student implementing, I love that. I love that. And for so many people, we never, like, no matter where you're at in your life, as far as being a team leader, you're never going to have your systems perfected. We always
Never.
have flaws. We always have, and a lot of people, they wait to have this perfect or this perfect to start something, and it's never perfect. Are your systems perfect?
No,
Are you
I
always looking for
revamped
improvement?
everything yesterday on a complete flow. Not everything, but yesterday, all week long, I've been on the phone with people that I talk to about this stuff, the people that we've helped each other over the years. And I've moved so many things around, just trying to, I'm all about increase the tiny hinges that swing the big doors, as John would say, but just a little increase in a system could potentially mean, more contacts, more appointments, more mets, and more offers. So I'm doing so much tweaking this week, right? Like, it's
And
very relevant question. I'm doing so much tweaking this week.
so
Yesterday.
we always, what's if you would go back, what would you change from the beginning, from starting? What one thing that I wish I did that I would be much better, or what?
Everything I did, I just wish I did more of it. Right? I wish I read more books. I wish I implemented faster. I wish, I clearly remember where I was sitting in one of these rooms in this house, and I had a real estate coach at the time, and he said, "Suneet, I think you should start a team." And I said, "That sounds horrible." Right? Like, I'm happy. I'm making my 80, 90 grand a year. I'm happy. I got my kid. I don't need any fancy stuff anymore. I've had it all. I just want, a Honda Accord in my little house, and I'll be happy. And I remember someone telling me, "Hey, you should pick up the phone and make some calls." I'm like, that sounds horrible. Like, I remember these conversations. And I think if I had been more open-minded at those times, who knows where I could have been now? Maybe number one in the U.S.
Yeah. Well, there's still plenty of time, honey. There's still plenty of time.
Thank you. I mean, here's the thing. Like, even number one in California, it was never a goal. When it happened, I was like, well, we actually did it. Like, that's crazy. My goal was always number one in my market. Right? So.
Is it? And that's so amazing, because with you just doing your thing day by day and winning the day, just like we talked about, and without you knowing, just being there, being present every single day got you to where you at today, which you did not plan on being the number one.
No, I didn't. I
That's
remember talking to Chep, and I'm all, dude, I think like number two was like 500-600. We're at like 900. Really? I said, yeah. I said, if we're number one in Cali, that'd be huge. Well, it is huge. It's crazy. I say it a lot. Number one in Cali.
That's huge. And your market is Sacramento?
Yeah. So, Sacramento is like kind of 4 counties. We got Yolo County, where Davis is, and Woodland, and Sacramento, and then some El Dorado County, and then there's Placer County, which has, Rockland, Roseville, some bigger areas.
Are you planning on expanding?
So I think we've been expanding slowly. We do Tahoe, we do Solano County, which is Vacaville. And there's always these opportunities, and I think it's great. And part of me would just be highly satisfied with just more market share in Sacramento, right? Like, instead of trying to dilute it. However, we'll see what happens, right?
Well, I know all great things gonna happen.
Thank you. You're the best.
Well, thank you so much for joining me today, Suneet. You are awesome. I know you have a busy schedule, and you took the time out of your day to be with me this morning. I really appreciate it. And it's been honestly an honor to coach with you and be in your circle, on top of John Chaplak and everybody else. It's been a phenomenal experience for me. It's been one of the most amazing years of my life, actually.
Good. I'm so happy to be
I'm enjoying the journey. So
Good, good.
Thank you,
That's
and
important.
again, thank you for being on the show.
Anytime.